It's still early out in Cali, baby, don't you wanna rally again? Find a road with no name, lay back in the slow lane. Sky dropping, Jupiter around us like some old train. We'll be rolling down the windows, I bet you we'll catch a nice second wind. We don't have to go home, we can leave the night on. We can leave the night on.
So this is probably going to be really annoying, but I'm kind of proud of myself, so I'm going to show it. I finally have an oblique. Usually, like, this is whatever, but I've never been able to see my oblique before, and it's finally here. I don't really have one on the right side. Like, that one's non-existent, but this left guy is showing up, and I know that's annoying to do this, but I am proud of myself, and so I wanted to share it with you too. Not that I've been really doing anything differently. I have been doing more oblique exercises, I will say that, because I've never been very oblique dominant. I'm more like, I don't know, like I can get some definition. I'm like, okay, I don't talk about my body that often, so this is hard for me, but I can get definition in my stomach, but usually it's not really in the oblique area, and so I had been doing more oblique focused exercises. I don't do a lot of ab exercises. You're not going to get abs just by doing like crunches and stuff, but I have been doing oblique work, and I guess it's kind of helping, and I was just proud of myself. I happened to see that. Not that I walk around flexing the mirror. I was actually about to take a shower, and I noticed it, and sometimes, like, yeah, you might be, like, looking at yourself every day and, like, wondering, like, oh my gosh, like, why don't I see any change? Why don't I see any change? And then one day you're, like, putting your hair in a ponytail, and you happen to see, like, your back muscle in the mirror that you hadn't seen before, or you're like leaning over to stretch, and you happen to see a hamstring muscle that you hadn't seen before, and it's exciting stuff like that, like when you're not looking for it, and it's there, and it's just exciting, and that's what happened to me right now, and I wanted to document it, and just let you guys know that progress will come. It's slow, and you might not see changes every day, but one day you're going to be doing something, and unexpectedly, you're going to see a change. You guys might not even be able to see it in the camera, and it's not even that big of a deal. Like, it's not, like, super great, but to me, it made me happy, and it had been something that I had kind of worked for a little bit, and so to see a little change there is just, it just made me happy, and I wanted to document it. So I know y'all don't care. Sorry for this ramble, but thanks. If you notice, I ended up adding 2 animal crackers in this, but that'll be easy to track. So I'm at a pasta place in Hermosa, Frito Misto, but at this place, instead of getting noodles, you can get vegetables, and I talked about that, I think, in my last vlog, about one of the healthy switches is to, like, do vegetables instead of pasta, and that's exactly what I did here. So this is, it was a create your own pasta, but I did vegetables instead. And I did pesto sauce on this one. If you want to do a healthier option, I would recommend marinara sauce, but I went crazy. I went pesto, and it's delicious. And my dad's super healthy with the salad.
A baby salad.
Or his baby belly.
Once a week, 1 rep. Like and subscribe.
Oh, but he also ate that. And all our bread. That's okay. Balance. Okay, so earlier in this vlog, you saw me at Yogurtland tracking my frozen yogurt. I am editing it right now, but I realized I didn't give you guys an explanation, and the footage isn't the clearest because obviously there's a lot of people there, so it's kind of hard to show it. But so you by no means have to track your frozen yogurt, and I rarely track my frozen yogurt. Like I said, on the weekends I kind of don't track my macros specifically, and that's usually if I get frozen yogurt, it's on the weekend. But if you want to stay on track, you definitely can. And with If It Fits Your Macros, IIFYM, when you track your macros, like I said, you can fit in foods that you enjoy and still reach your goals. So say for example, my macros are 130 carbs, 120 protein, and 35 fat. So I can fit frozen yogurt into those macros and still lose weight if those are my macros for cutting. Then I can still make progress as long as I fit it into my macros. So sure, froyo has like a little bit more higher carbs, and so what I would recommend is if you want to have frozen yogurt without feel like you're going off track, make sure your other meals in the day are less carbs to make it fit in. And so what I did in the clip you guys saw is I bring my scale. Don't feel weird bringing your scale, like do what you have to do to reach your goals. And so bring my scale, you put the cup on and you zero it, and then you take your cup and you get however much froyo that you tracked. I would recommend putting it in ahead of time to make sure that you are in the right calorie range and that it fits your macros. So put it in before you go to frozen yogurt and then track however many ounces you decided you can get. And so zero your scale, take the cup, and get in the froyo that you want, and then put the cup back on the scale to see how much it weighs, and put your scale in ounces, because usually when you track it in MyFitnessPal, it's under ounces. And then if you want toppings, go to the toppings and do the same thing. As you see, I'll zero my scale, and then I'll put the toppings in however much that I had planned for the day. And you're good to go. You fit into your macros, and it's super simple. You don't have to feel off track. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I had frozen yogurt, I'm going to gain all this weight. No, because you're not. You're still going to reach your goals because it fit into your diet. And that's what's great about tracking macros, is that you can make fun foods fit. This is just an example of frozen yogurt. I'm obsessed with frozen yogurt, so I get that often. And so I figured I'd show you guys how you can make that fit. And I will show you on my phone what you do in MyFitnessPal. So you go to MyFitnessPal. I put it in here, meal 6. I didn't track the rest of my food, but I would recommend doing that to obviously make sure it fits your macros. And so I have it here. I did 2.5 ounces of salted caramel pecan, and all you have to do is type in Yogurtland and then like whatever the flavor it is, and all Yogurtland's nutrition facts are in MyFitnessPal, which is great. So I did 2.5 ounces, so that's 12.5 carbs, 2.5 protein, and 0 fat. And then I did cookies and cream. So again, I did 2.5 ounces of that. This one's more carbs, 22.5 carbs, 0.6 fat, and 2.5 protein. Then for my toppings, I did half an ounce of yogurt chips, and those are the macros for that, as well as half an ounce of oatmeal. And yeah, so then to see, if you want to see the total of how much that would be, it was 292 calories, 55 carbs. Like I said, it's a lot more carbs. Only 6 grams of fat and 7 protein. I did say I added animal cookies and a little wafer on it, but you would just do the same thing. Just type in Yogurtland in your toppings, and you're good to go. So again, if you just like to be generally healthy, you don't have to be extreme and track your macros, but if you have a goal and you want to get to your goal, that is perfectly fine to track it into your macros. Don't feel weird bringing a scale. Don't feel weird, like, people might look at you, but at the end of the day, it's your goals, and you shouldn't let the fear of someone staring at you keep you from reaching those goals. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for putting up with my little physique update, and pretty funny that right after that I get frozen yogurt, but like I said, frozen yogurt can be fit into your diet, and it won't make you lose your abs or gain fat if you let it fit your macros. So again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and Yeah, it's late. I'm tired, and now I don't know what I'm saying. So I'll see you in the next one. Gotta finish editing this. So see you later. Bye.